Vainglory Cup Series. I'm Jason Kappen, joined by Blueberries today. It's not Don John, it is Blueberries, and we'll be bringing you all of today's action. We're actually into Cup number 8. But before that, how are you doing today so far?
I'm good. Excited to see the first match, which is actually, well, the last two North American teams who are remaining in this cup. It was on top Vertigo, they lost, and Wicked, they are also out. So the only two teams who can still go to the finals and take the 8th Vainglory Cup Series.
And so again, let's go and show you the brackets really quickly, just to have an idea of the teams that will be coming your way. We have Red Team 1 up against Fire Elements in our first game. Fitzbound up against Team Crunch, Unknown O, which is unknown, up against Red Team 2, and House of Batiatas up against Collab. We did have Team HC get picked up by Unknowns. Now they're Unknown P, I believe.
Yeah.
Unknown P, yep. But the game we're bringing you, House of Batiatas against Collab. It is two North American teams, the only two North American teams left in the tournament. We'll be facing off head-to-head, and I think I was a little bit wrong. I never got 100% confirmation on this, but there was one more cup than I expected, or than I thought there was, so I'll show you the points really quickly. I said last cup that the top 8 teams are locked in 100%, but there's still a chance if Fire Elements can knock out Wild Panthers if they do get through relatively far in both cups, and Wild Panthers do not. So there is a chance, even with House of Batiatas, could potentially get knocked off. But I think Red Team 2 is probably the point where it's pretty good. They can't really be knocked out anytime soon. But again, we'll have to find out after this cup. We'll really determine, what solid 8 teams we have coming through. And I believe we're into the picks.
Yeah,
awesome.
We are going through the picks and see the first match here. It's the quarterfinals. Well, actually, they all locked in pretty fast. And we see Iraqi Zorro, Toph, and Gabe Wiesel here playing Vox, Fortress, and Taka. Very nice to see the new hero here. And on the other side, we see Gibbs, Flashy, and Maiko. They're going for Cool, Adagio, and Koshka.
Okay, so we did have a double jewel ban by both these teams, so that's why we're not seeing her being used in the fold. The Fortress we saw quite a bit actually in the last cup, in the last 2 cups, and I'm still hit or miss on it, still not 100% sold on whether how strong it is, but I guess we'll maybe be able to find out today. So we have Collab over on the blue side and House of Batiatas on the orange side. And look at these two comps. We've seen a lot of Adagio coming out lately. How are you feeling about him with this lineup?
Well, personally, I think Adagio is a very good choice, especially when you fight against Ataka. Therefore, with the Gift of Fire, it's very good and nice to slow Taka down, lower down the movement speed, and try to minimize the damage he does.
All right. Well, we did actually see a lane Adagio building weapon power.
Yeah.
I think out of a... was it Redemption, I think, that built him. But we'll find out how it's going to happen this time. Fortress, of course, going with the contract. Double shooters for Taka and Vox. So we'll go for that attack speed. And we had to question Vox, how strong is he now that he was nerfed quite a bit? His resonance only hits 2 targets now instead of 3. And then the damage, I think, was scaled down a little bit. So his wave clear's a little bit weaker early on. But I don't think I've talked to you about it, just Don John. What's your thoughts on the Vox changes?
Well, personally, I think he is still a viable pick in lane. Therefore, I hope Iraqi Zorro can prove this today here in the match against Miko. Well, as said, the early on damage is kind of lowered. There's the first blood. Well, actually, it was Toph. He went down, and now we might see the second kill. Gabe Wiesel might not. He can make it. He can Kaku out, but Iraqi Zorro, he's gonna get down 2-0 here for House of Batiatas. Okay, well, that was really, really quick. And as we have seen a lot of attack speed and Cool, he just bought the tier 2 Blazing Salvo for that one. And, well, let's get back to the lane. Miko, well, he has the Book of Eulogies and, well, therefore kind of hard to push him back from the lane because of the huge 70 health regeneration.
Yeah, we did see actually Glaive quite a bit in the lane in cut number 7, and he was trying to sustain with the house, or not the house, the Book of Eulogies, but his wave clear seemed to be a little bit too slow, and we saw Ringos go up against him, or just any sort of ranged champion. Even Jewel was just able to push him out because he can't wave clear quick enough to heal fast enough. But we do have an early lead for House of Batiatas. For everyone that's wondering over at over on the stream, we did not pair these two teams against each other. It's not like we intentionally put them. It's all due to seeding and all due to the games that they played earlier on. I think they played a round of 16 match, and I think a round of 32 match. So again, it's all in the seeding, not on us. And we'll see how this one's going to work out. We do have Miko on Koshka doing fairly well in lane, 18 farm up against the 13, so
that's
doing
good.
Pretty well.
Just for your information, both teams, they banned Jewel. I don't know if we have mentioned that.
Yeah, we mentioned,
Yeah, just again for your information, because I saw some questions here and there. But anyway, we have a delay of 3 minutes as usual. 2 minutes it is. All right, well, in the bottom, Gibbs going for the jungle here, sticking together with Flashy. Just killing off that with already the pretty high attack speed. So, well, it is Adagio, it is Flashy. He's going to be the to go for the supporter role and try to slow down the enemy and the zone a bit. And hopefully, with his Verse of Judgment together with the Gift of Fire, take down some stuns.
And keep in mind, guys, these two teams actually met last week, or not last week, on Wednesday, with House of Batiatus up against Collab in the third place match, where Collab ended up taking the victory. So, C0-2 on the scoreboard, you can't count them out just yet. House of Batiatus needs to get a stronger lead than this, and Toph getting caught out just a little bit, taking quite a bit of damage. They're trying to burst him down, but Gibbs, he might fall. Miko might fall as well, and somehow they instantly turn around that fight. Now Gabe going to be chasing onto Gibbs. I think Gibbs might fall from this one. Yeah, he's certainly dead.
Yeah.
Just one more attack will do it.
Oh, he's trying to. You saw the animation. Now he gets the kill. 2-2 the score. Very nice fight. First, it looked a bit like Toph. He's going to face check. He might go down, but, well, luckily he could get back to his teammates soon enough. Iraqi Zoro here with a nice 25 against Miko, who was on 27. Well, now 26, 27, so therefore head-to-head matchup here on the lane.
As those scout traps that last fight, though, I think won it for him. Yep. They were able to bait Gibbs and Miko in so heavily into those, and you saw the damage it did. It was an insane amount of burst, and now Gabe getting really aggressive with Toph, trying to look for maybe a challenge. Just going to stealth on in, looking for Gibbs, looking for the slow, and he will pop his boots to get away from this, and he should escape. Even maybe looking for the turn, but Iraq is here to help out. There's no way House of Batiatus can really afford to go for this fight.
Very aggressive engage here on the enemy jungle, therefore securing up the enemy jungle creeps, getting some sweet gold, and directly hit back to the jungle.
Alright, so now they're just buying up, hitting that 5-minute mark. All tied up in kills. Gold, though, a little bit different, as House of Batiatus is currently lead by 400.
Yeah,
I'm really curious how Toph is going to do on Fortress late game.
He's going tanky. So with the double O card and the shield, well, he's going clearly to try to focus down the right enemy, provide with the ultimate a big vision advantage, and of course with the big movement speed. That was the main reason.
Iraqi dashes from one scout trap into another and still gets hit in the end, poor guy. Gibbs trying to go for the fight. Gabe is level 6, so he has ultimate online where everyone else in the game doesn't have Iraqi. He's going to be focused down, but look how low they are. Miko trying to run away, just barely. I'll say barely able to escape, but unfortunately he does not. Now Flashy, he's going to fall. This is going to be an ace coming in, and this was certainly going to be the gold mine too. A first ace of the game, 5-3, and Collab take a healthy lead off of that.
Amazing play. As you have seen, the fight started somewhere here. They went up, and then they pulled them down into the double mines, actually, which exploded the scout traps, and therefore they dealt a lot of damage to House of Batiatus.
You can't really underestimate the damage of Scout Trap. It's like having an extra ability on any of the characters.
Yep.
And now they're stealing away as much of the jungle as they possibly can from House, which is going to hurt them quite heavily. Not to mention, still no one level 6 as Miko finally now taking over to that point. Iraqi only level 5, but Gabe Vissel's level 7. And it looks like Iraqi is actually tanking Miko in the lane, and Iraqi is getting very low on HP, and he's going to dove over to the turret, and Miko will pick up the kill.
Yeah. Very, very well played. The others are here for, well, I think they tried to gank, but Miko was just too fast.
He took the advantage. He was level 6 and Iraqi wasn't. Popped the ultimate and was like, all right, free kill for me. And he's got the Aftershock already done, so he has a lot of damage. And now Toph, you've got to be careful, son. I think he's going to fall from the skips. He's even level 6, has the ultimate up, and Toph won't escape this. No way.
No. I think he can't. Well, popping up the shield, but, well, if he escapes that one, then he might be really lucky. Yeah, well, that was obvious that Miko can catch up. All right, 5-5 the score. Well, gold is almost even. We are 7.5 minutes almost in the game. Gold mine has been taken by Collab, and therefore it is up to House of Batiatus to take it back. We see Gabe Vissel here on the enemy side going for the jungle, but the action is going to start over here. Well, Iraqi Zoro knows that they are coming from there.
I think Gibbs thought about it, thought about ulting in for that, but a little bit hard to hit a Vox, not to mention what these teams playing with a decent amount of ping since they're over in North America.
a lot of mines here, 3, but look at Gabe Wiesel, he's still on the enemy side, and he knows that they are somewhere there. Now he takes a chance to go back, actually play the safe game, and, well, Miko was just trying to get back on lane, but Toff and Iraqi Zoro were waiting there.
Yeah, a little bit of a, I wanted to say slower paced game, but it really hasn't been that slow. It's been very methodical out of both teams, really trying to figure out exactly what they want to do. Gabe's been doing a fantastic job of constantly counter-juggling as much as he possibly can.
Yeah.
And House, I mean, I feel like the only real thing that's been stopping them or been really turning these fights against them is these scout traps, which it looks like I've seen a little bit of a slowdown.
True
minus
that.
this center area out of Kolava putting them down.
Quickly over the item build, so Koshka Miko, he's going for the Aftershock real quick, followed by the Piercing Shot, and of course he needs some block with the Reflex block. Let's see if there is some action coming in. It might be. Well, not in this second, so therefore we can still look at this. A lot of attack damage on the side from Kolab. And there comes the ultimate. There comes the Vision. Flash is going for the ultimate and can stun. Well, Iraqi Zoro might go down first. Yes, he is. And now it is up to take down the others. And Gabe Wiesel going down second. They directly head down to the bottom. Catch up the gold mine for the gold. 7-5 the score here for House.
See, one thing that we saw with all the Adagers last week was a rush of the Crucible. You pop that, his ultimate immediately is mitigated, and that stun won't do anything. But there, we saw. That was Iraqi Zoro getting locked down with a stun, and then followed up with a yummy Captain Frenzy out of Miko thereafter, and he was dead. There was nothing he could do from that point. And you need to rush that Crucible. Unfortunately, Tofi hasn't been able to pick it up. Actually, no, he has been able to pick it up finally. Was able to finish it off, but that's a big fight they didn't want to lose, and Collab, they're the ones that caused the fight to happen. They're the ones that went straight for Flashy. They popped the ultimates, they ran into him. But as you can see, it obviously didn't work out that way. Or that well for him.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because Toffee engaged with the ultimate and, well, unfortunately, as said, turned out the other way. Alright, let's go finish the item build. Gibbs is going for a Chivalrous Steel to going with a huge attack speed provided by the Blazing Salvo, and the other Swift Shooter going for some crits with the Lucky Strike. Fortress, played by Toff, he's going as said at the beginning for the tanky way. Crucible first, and let's see how this turns out. I think there might be some action. Well, no, not on the lane, but they are trying to gank.
Both of the laners are trying to bait them in. Iraqi faking, being disconnected, hopefully. Hopefully just faking. Alright.
There comes the pack. Not more than that. There comes a slow, Toff in a pretty bad spot, but well, there comes a Crucible.
Oh,
a bit
that's
of mistiming.
Yeah, now this is prime time for House to gauge into a fight if they want to and if they can. Flashy's ultimate will be perfect here if he can land it, but unfortunately it looks like Collab not going to let them have the opportunity. Just go back to farming, leaving Iraqi Zoro in his lane. And Gibbs, I guess they're trying to as I say, they try to defend the gold mine, but it was just taken, so it's not like there's a lot of money really built up in that just yet.
Well, there might not happen a lot yet, so well, therefore, concerning the gold, just a bit of a lead, 1.6k at this moment. That's still okay. A few minutes they were head-to-head, so House currently taking the lead. But I'm curious to see how the mid-late game will turn out, and if especially Toff can do some changes or affect the changes in favor for Collab.
We see the minion candy used on the gold mine again. We saw it actually happen a lot last week out of NA teams.
Oh, there comes the ultimate. There comes Yummy Captain Frenzy, blocked by the Crucible there. Verge of Judgment. Gabe Wiesel is going down first. There comes Toffee. I think he might go down. No, he's running away, leaving Iraqi Zoro in the middle of 3 enemies.
I think he was he disconnected?
I looked a bit like this just like a minute ago on the lane. 9-5 the score for House. Well, looks like they have actually the better comp for a team fight.
I mean, even with the Crucible, it seems like they can't really stop all the damage that Miko can do because he had such an easy time in lane. He's at 79 farm to 53. They're going to get a turn on top of this. Stop Shock's been done. Reflex blocks up as well. He's got so much damage behind him that, well, I mean, Iraqi, he's back in lane, so it's like he wasn't disconnected, I guess, but maybe he knew he was dead in that fight and didn't even bother trying to do anything? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I mean, if he would have, or if he had the plan to save up some time, he could run in the other direction or stuff. Well, Miko here is going down. Yeah, immediately Gabe Wiesel, well, with the ultimate, and then Toff finishing up, taking the kill. Now Flash, he's in a, well, the wait for it fails to hit 100%, didn't hit anyone.
They want the gold mine.
Yeah, they want the gold mine, and Gabe Wiesel, he went too deep. Now he gets saved by Toff's Crucible. Why Iraqi Zoro is doing this? Well, that was a very, very, very close thing, and well, Iraqi Zoro has to pay the bill for this misplay, actually. They split up, Iraqi was taking it, Gabe Wiesel going too deep, Toff going up, had to split up to support him, and then, well, at least they could get the gold mine. I mean, I think it's still worth it.
Well, they are down about 3.3 thousand gold at the moment, but they were able to get something out of that at least, like you said. But they're going to lose in their turn. I think this actually might have been the turning point. I think, you know, getting the gold mine and not losing the turret would have been good, but losing the turret and then trading that for the gold mine, definitely not a positive trade when they lost 2 people as well. But either way, House Battalions are getting control. Looks like they want revenge out of last week where they lost in the 3rd, 4th place match. And at this pace, if they keep it up, I think they might be able to do it.
At the moment, definitely looks like this. Oh, the mine still dealing some damage here. Well, as you see, they are important over the whole course of a match. And therefore, well, the gold mine taken pretty early. Well, at least, I mean, just 40 seconds until the Kraken is spawning, so better now than just to risk anything later on. Successfully taken. Just a bit of gold, but that's fine.
I've seen in chat that people are saying Iraqi's actually freezing in the game. So,
all right.
Apparently, like, lagging too bad, too. Yeah, so you can't really pick up a win if you're having lag spikes like that, unfortunately, for him. But now they're roaming around looking for, actually being really aggressive in the jungle on the jungle shop side. They're pushing straight into both bushes, not really 100% sure where they will be. They have to be careful. Like, this is the point in the game that if you die here, you could lose the Kraken, you can lose more turrets, and the snowball can be very, very deadly. And they're going to go straight for it. Look at this. This is not the first time we've seen this. I think it's about the 3rd or 4th time now over the course of these 8 cups. And it works out damn well. As you can see, they're going to hit maybe once, maybe twice.
Yeah, and
they took it.
Just once. Now comes the ultimate version of Judgment coming by Flashy. Ultimate onto Gabe Wiesel. Mines are popping up. A lot of damage to Iraqi Zoro, who's going down first. And Miko wants to chase, wants to take down Gabe Wiesel. He can do this successfully while Kraken is picked here, just joining the lane. Let's hit back to the action here. They are taking the turret before Kraken is even on the lane, or just pushing there, and now they want to go for the Vayne. I don't know if they can still do this, but
I think...
Wow, this is a lot of damage.
And the Kraken's coming.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they have the damage to stop the Kraken from finishing off at least one more turret. If House Battalions are feeling like they can pull this off, they're going to stick around. They're going to look to hopefully get that Kraken in to take that turret down.
Yeah.
And then to expose Crystal Gibbs, got to be a little bit careful, not on that much HP. Miko has to be a little bit careful as well. Flashy has no ultimate up, but Miko does. And you can see the turret falling about half HP. Gibbs getting very low. A lot of things being popped. A Smite coming in gets him a lot of HP. Toph, he's going to fall from this one. No, he's going to actually barely escape. Miko's going to be the one to fall, but the turret is going to go down. One more hit out of the Kraken, that will be enough. Or not even that. And they're going to look for the Vayne Crystal, but I don't think they can finish this off. I don't think the Kraken has the damage they need. Flashy trying to kite. Gibbs doing the same as well. Getting the stun up onto Toph. The Kran's still down to below half HP. The Kraken still has a lot of health left, and that's going to be it. The Kraken will finish it off, and House of Battalions are going to pick up the victory.
What a finish. I thought, well, at least they could have killed the Kraken, but I mean, they took it so early. The damage is, or at least the Kraken is too strong to be taken down that fast.
Wow, that's not the way I expected that game to end at all. But walk us through, I guess, like some of the star players you saw in that game.
Well, let's have a quick look at the item builds. I think both teams did a great job. We've seen here a lot of attack damage on the other team. Gabe Wiesel, Iraqi Zoro with the attack speed, and here with the Zoro Blade. So very easy to counter for the other team. They went for Atlas, and this is actually the game changer for House. They went for double Atlas together with the usual Crucible and the Fountain of Renewal. Therefore, a lot of defense item, a lot of stuff to counter, and that was a very good game.
All right, well, I think we're going to be going to a quick little break, but I'm going to check on the brackets real quick to see if we have any updates from any other teams. It looks like Red Team 2 took the win over a No-No, so they will be in one of our semifinals. No, actually, they'll be up against House of Batiatas in the semifinal. So I believe that's the game we'll be going to next, since Red Team 1, Fire Elements, Fitzbell, and Crunch are still playing. So guys, we're going to head to a quick little break, and when we come back, we should be kicking off that semi-final. Wow, Jason, major fail today.